Does anybody else? How's the footage for everybody else?
I'm looking at me.
You can see everybody.
So you can see camera, you can see myself, you can see yourselves on the screen there.
Oh, sorry. Let's see if I can fix this.
So while he's figuring that out, who do we have in the bottom right?
What's up? My name's Cal.
What's up, Cal?
Short. Not much. Just kind of chilling.
Cool. So you got your audio figured there?
I've got the audio figured out. I just can't get video on my screen.
Oh, you got no. Oh, okay, fair enough. You got no video from my end. My audio has died off, and so we're gonna fix that and bring that up to the forefront, and that as well. That'll be terrific. That'll be good. All right. Boomski. So vital step to just get out of the way is miniature selections. So just to clarify, who do I have along here? I got Kosher, Igar, and Admun. Who's Admun? Oh, right on. And so, I'm assuming, who are you actually? Igar or Kosher then?
Derek is Igar, the Goliath.
All right, sweet.
The one that currently can't see shit. Still trying to figure that out. I'm gonna back out and try resetting the invite. I'm gonna see if I just fuck something up accepting it.
All right. So, sorry, I've already forgotten your name altogether. My apologies.
Derek.
Batting 1,000 right off, setting the pace.
Oh wait, holy shit. Okay, that works now. For some reason, now it's up.
Terrific. Hey, we have a fifth here. What's going on? Is this too many people for my Skype? Can I not get all people on here now? Jeff's regaled to the icon in the corner. Oh my goodness. What do we do here? Oh wow.
What the fuck is going on here?
I hadn't accounted for that. Welcome aboard.
Hey.
Yeah, okay. I guess I'm just gonna have to live with that. There's no. That is grid view so far as this is concerned.
All right.
That's terrible. Oh, so atrocious. I'm so disappointed in Skype's capabilities now. All right, so it goes. I'm sure if Jeff says something, I mean, it'll call attention and make him bigger so that we can actually see his lovely face. I'm sure that's how Skype works here. I have full confidence in this. Anyway, so welcome aboard, new people. I haven't had much of a chance to go over your characters, but long and the short, I have confirmed that they seem to be legit. That is to say, at a passing glance, they seem to be A-OK. D&D Beyond isn't complaining about anything, so this KOSX, I'm assuming that's kosher.
It's not like that.
Yeah,
I
something.
never figured out how to pronounce it.
You can... Fair enough. I frequently have that problem with my own name too. And then we got Igar and Adma. Now, we've given you guys a briefing of the storyline to date. Is the Iron Guard, having traveled into Underhome once upon a time after the Cataclysm, is helping to rebuild this great kingdom, this great nation, as it were. And as part of that effort, they want to find old reliquary, old relics of the past, pieces of their history forgotten to whatever corners of wherever the Cataclysm has collapsed the kingdom. And as such, you guys are currently traveling towards a far corner of the East Rift, which is, if you imagine that the kingdom was around a place that looks a lot like the Grand Canyon, for a moment, imagine the Grand Canyon, and you have like a dwarven kingdom strewn throughout that Grand Canyon. Now, slam an asteroid into that, right? But let's say it's not an asteroid, it's a magical eruption. So this thing just collapses in like a giant magical sinkhole during the cataclysm, and leaves behind a massive pothole in the face of Terrell, the planet, as it were. And so that's where the East Rift sits as a shelf, the little pit that could. It just didn't collapse all the way, and so it's this shallow crater next to the massive pit that goes to the center of the earth. Your kingdom, or what's left of it, is nestled at the base, the south, if you will, west point, southwest, because you'll have the pit, and then the divot, and then the kingdom in the corner. So anyway, point is that's a leftover vestige, the city in the corner of, and a couple little outposts dotting the area. I passed out some maps. I don't know if anybody saved those, but I can repost them to the current Skype chat if it's necessary. We talked a little bit briefly about somebody's history, but regardless of histories right now, you guys are currently traveling across this East Rift, this expanse of a shelf next to the massive pit that is Underchasm, towards the edge of Underchasm, where you come upon a waystone, a milestone, a waypoint, situated next to the cliff there, denoting the presence of a pathway adjunct to the cliff leading downwards. And on that note, we're going to do some miniature selection. So we've got a tiefling. I had a tiefling right here. So I don't know anything of that guy. It's kind of neat. This fantastic little tiefling model featured on, not Raw Partha, what is it? Reaper Miniatures, brand new plastic lineup. Retails for $6.99. And then we had a half-elf cleric. No, hang on. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Half-elf cleric. And a Goliath. Let me just grab the Goliath. I know what that is. Maybe I lied. No, I know where this is. I swear to God. It's a big fucking mini, too. I don't know how I'm not seeing it. Alright. Well, wherever you are, you would have been a perfect mini. And so it goes. What's up, Jester? I don't have many fans, but I have the faithful few. Alright, where are we then? Gosh, now I can't find either. As far as an elven cleric goes, I don't have any really painted, but let's see what we got in the bin. Got all sorts of stuffs. A green splashy dude. We got kind of mace wallet. Would you say you're more combative, or I mean, we got stuff like this, stuff like this?
Kind of in between, in terms of combative versus more support.
Alright, here we go. I don't know, does that grab you a little too druidish? Oh, the focus on that is amazing, isn't it? Can you see that okay? How's that for
Yeah.
How's that for you?
That looks good.
Alright, cool. Let's get that focused. Alright, that really made a difference. Alright, so there's you.
Cool.
And I swear, Goliath, it was right here. I'm telling you.
While you're going through minis, just so it doesn't come up in the middle of combat, the primary thing I'll be wild shaping into would be a brown bear.
Alright, slick, thank you. Well, balls out, where the hell did it go? Yeah, there's nothing more irritating than knowing you have a mini, a perfect mini, and not being able to find it. I tell you right now, gentlemen. Alright. Doesn't happen often, but often enough. C'est la vie. Alright. So until I can find the appropriate one, that will be your stand-in. What do you think? Does that work?
That works.
Right on. It looks kind of druidy, eh? Very down to nature.
Good enough.
Sweet. Let's see here. Last detail is I am going to jump into this. What is this? There it is. And then I'm going to go. I can't actually do anything. Fuck it, whatever. Close these down and on with that. Can we hear that okay? I'm gonna do a sound check here. Do you guys have video obviously? Can you hear the music okay? Yes, no?
I can. No, I can't hear it at all.
At all?
No, I heard it for a couple seconds. That's about it.
Alright. Just gotta be really loud for you guys to pick it up. And then what about this? Alright, one sec. I'm gonna go like this. And then I'm gonna go like this. And like this. And like this. And like this. Alright. Now can you hear the music?
Yes.
Alright. Are those too loud?
That was good.
Awesome. And away we go. I'm gonna switch this to speaker view so that everyone's an icon. I'm gonna put everybody on equal ground. You want attention, you take it. It's validation blood sport or something. I don't know. Anyway, different music here. Let's get something slower paced. Perfect. It has been, I believe it was a day's travel to get from Underhome across the East Rift. As you arrive here at the far edge, away from Underhome and all that you hold familiar, with your compatriots who've been here the whole time, Admon, Igar, and Kosher, who've been here the whole time and totally privy about this whole travel because they were on the original crew from back in Underhome, 100%. As you come upon the edge of the canyon that stretches away in front of you, a dark, contrasting shadow creeps across you from overhead as the clouds roll past, contrasting against the darkness down below. As you stare into the nothingness of Underchasm, a black sea that stretches away from the edge where you stand next to the waypoint. Even though you're maybe 30 feet, 40, 50 feet, depending on how you feel about heights, away from the edge of Underchasm's canyonous cliffside, you still feel the cold easily drafting over the edge from its depths. The cold wafting up against you as it slowly ripples your cloaks, your robes, and your capes. As a lot of you stand there staring at the waypoint, Kudlak points over towards the edge and says, "I think I see a path." As his finger points away, you can easily see where it's reaching towards, where the cliffside stretches and yawns downwards out of sight with a slow rolling arch into the darkness. Even looking upon it, a sense of dread fills within you towards it himself, and then looks back with an easy stare of fear, with an easily recognized stare of fear. For the record, you guys have a map that points to this area and says it's your specialty, your job, to scout out if there's a better way in, so to speak.
What's the stand?
The what now?
What's the stand?
can barely hear you.
What's the typical way people enter it? Standing at the edge.
So from where you're standing, you're literally looking over the edge of a cliff, and there's a waypoint marker, a big stone. It looks like a triangle with the top cut off. It's about 4 feet high. Whatever glyphs that may have been on it are long wind blown off, and it just stands as kind of a landmark of something being here. That said, you can see that there's a pathway sloping off into the abyss that seems to, as it slopes off, curl around and hug against the cliffside. The cliffside itself is very rough hewn, obviously, but this pathway sits amidst all the, I want to say, craggy tops of the edge as an obvious route past this waystone.
And when you were saying this looks narrow for a dwarf, let alone a Goliath.
No, I said it's you're gonna be within a hair's distance of the edge of nothing. But that said, the whole of the path is at its widest about 20 feet across and at its narrowest 5 feet across. So as a Goliath, you're what's your insight actually?
Passive insight 12.
Okay. You think to yourself about what if weight's a factor? With that in mind, though, Kudlak takes a couple steps more towards the edge there and says, "How are we going?" He makes his way towards the way marker and then a few steps forward towards the arch. As he peers over the edge, a gust of wind picking up. It ruffles his hair and beard as he looks back towards you, waiting for the lot of you to come forth.
I say report.
Let's see if I can turn you guys up, actually. I think it's on my end. Totally must. Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now I can hear you guys. So we bring it back. Do a little bit of this real quick. There we go, something like that. Get that out of the way. So it is. We got simple enough. Use this one and one of these. So, here's your waist down. Don't knock over my roaches. Stick that in there. Everyone's got a decent view. Right on. From there down to Blabon. And then a bit of that and that. Alright. As you guys are making your way down, camera pans into the pit. Ooh, hello. and loses track of everybody because your cameraman sucks. Let's get that up there. Sort of, kind of. I have a dream. Kulak makes his way over towards the edge, draws in his breath, as I said, looks rather pale, and takes a couple steps back, kind of dizzy-like, as all the color just rushes out of his face. Sorry, who's going first down the way? As you guys get to the edge, like I say, you can see the pathway making its way down the slopes. You can see bits of ruined stone outcropping from the edge as memories sprouting from times gone by.
I'll take.
Here, what now?
I'll go first.
Why is this not switching over?
I'll follow.
Alright.
Same.
I just realized I have no idea which one's which. Regardless. One after the next, you make your way through. Down along the path. Kulak bringing up the rear. As you guys get up onto the wooden bridge, passing by the first of the tiles here, you see upon it several visages of warriors of old. Kulak, making his way to the first panel here, stops and starts reading it over. As you guys assemble here for the moment, he regards the etchings on the wall. Although the wall is completely crumbled down, mostly gone to whatever weatherings might have struck upon it, he regards it for a moment and traces some fingers in the dust, digging out crevices and whispering to himself. And after a brief moment, he looks over towards you and says, this is a legendary Valley of Champions, or perhaps it was. And he looks over behind himself and stares at the inky darkness. Then he looks back over half of the Valley of Champions, if you will. And he stares upon it for a moment. If I'm not mistaken, we should be coming upon, of course. That's why he chose here. The tombs of old. They're trapped against intruders. And he looks towards you guys and says, if we're going into one of the old tombs of the heroes, you can expect that we're going to have a tough time excising Dagon. He responds by flexing his beard, and then comes in tow, walking along as you guys head down the path. As suddenly you hear a screech from overhead, and you see against the darkness a rising form. As it comes swooping in upon leathery wings, it sails overhead and suddenly disappears from view altogether. For a brief moment as you stare upwards, you're not sure what you saw. A giant bat-like creature, or maybe a bird with leathery wings. Staring down the way, continuing, the path leads against the cliffside, stretching into the darkness further, enveloped by the shadows cast by the walls of the growing depth of the canyon around you. Manual dexterity. Did I grab another one? Yes, I did. There it is. The bridges continue on down along the canyon's edge, and stretching yonder, you guys continue your trek. Actually, you know what? We don't really need to get fancy with this, do we? As you guys make your way along to about here, though, Kulak says something else. He says, typically these places are guarded. These pathways are typically protected by champions. And no sooner does the word champions leave his lips than you hear a rumbling. And as you look behind yourself, you hear the shattering of stone. Sorry, from behind yourself, you hear the shattering of stone, drawing your attention to see something erupt from the wall. And as it tears itself out from behind what seems to have been an encasement of sorts, Stone Man. I don't have a fucking stone on readily available. I'm wondering to myself. I thought I had one. Hang on a second. Bear with me. It's gonna be. A little bit better to have these ready to go, but I guess that'll have to do. I don't want to reuse the same many. I will grab. This guy will step out. That works for me. As he stands there looming upon the pathway in front of you, his massive form holding contrast to yours in the distance. Hello, there we are. Hi, how are you? Each of you stares upon it as it stands there for a brief moment and then lets out a massive bellowing screech that sounds like an avalanche. And everybody rolls the initiative.
And how wide did you say the path is?
It's approximately right here. It's well enough constructed that it's a full 20 feet, 10, 20, 15 feet wide-ish.
Okay.
So basically you can squeeze 15 feet out of here, and it's about 10 feet along the constructed path there.
Alright.
And we're gonna grab this one right here. And then also, totally forgot to do this. I'm ignoring people, that sucks. Alright, so. There we are. Terrific. Where are we then? Who's first up? Let's see. Judah. What is? Oh, hang on. I haven't even cleaned off my. I have wet wipes today. Oh, they suck. Oh my god. They really are terrible for this. All right, mental note. So Vince starts off with a 6, setting the pace. Still don't understand. From there into, shit, you know what, Seth? What's going on, Seth?
I got a 7.
You have a 7? Let's just cut to the chase.
We're gonna die.
Who's got the 8? Just wondering. All right, so, whoa, computer's all wigging out here. Who's next here? Brandon. What's your
I got
greatest?
16.
Which one are you, admin?
Nice.
Yes.
Right on. Admin's got a 16. Nice to see some double digits. Derek, what's your Igar?
15.
15 for Igar.
Yep.
Very nice. Keeping the sequences. It's nice to see. And what's Kosher got?
12.
12 for Kosher? Right on.
Yep.
I gotta make room now for where Seth is. Seth, you're down below. And that's the oddest spelling, man. What the hell did I do with my Windex, actually? What did I do with it? Oh, it's gone. That's no good. Sorry. I can use this. Huzzah. And with that, your Dungeon Master will be going on a 1. Nice. Wow.
And Kudlak.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Kudlak will go on a 9 plus bonus, bringing him to an 11. But my man Admun, it is time to be a hero. What do you do? This massive form looms ahead of you. You stand on a 10-foot wide path. Well, possibly a 15-foot wide path.
I am going to cast Inflict Wounds.
Right on. That's a dex check on my part, is it?
Let me see. It's not just a regular spell. It's a melee spell attack. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. So you're rushing in on him?
Yeah.
Alright, terrific.
20. 6. Okay, so that was a 21.
Terrific. You rush in upon him, prepared to strike. The thing takes a swing towards you. You manage to duck under it and reach in to strike, successfully landing your blow. Roll me some damage.
Alright, it's 3d10. That's a total of 9 damage. So.
I'm sorry to hear that. But that's okay. As you strike in upon him, a chip flies out as a pebble explodes from his surface. You leave a dent, as it were. You feel good. You left a mark. And with that, it's time to play D&D. It is. What happened to my music? My music died. Did I kill the music? No, there we go. It is over to Igar. If you could regale me of your tale of heroism, sir.
Well, I will, bonus action rage and just rush the fuck out of it.
Alright.
And take a swing at the battle axe.
You do so, raging as you do. Rush in past your compatriots, closing the distance. Despite the distance being a little further than your movement, we're going to say rule of cool.
Okay.
As you come rushing in upon him, his massive form, hulking as it is, you tromping against, leaving craterous footprints behind you.
That's a 13 to hit.
13. Actually, I gotta double check this. I think it hits, to be quite honest.
Ow.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Alright. Oof. That is 11 slashing damage. Magical. From the +1 battle axe.
Alright. Sorry, how much did you say again?
11.
Terrific. Bringing him to a grand total of 20 from 9 as you carve against him, your steel weapon glimmering as its magic takes effect against its stone corpus body. From Igar's visage to Kosher in the background, what do you do?
Alright. Okay.
Besides point valiantly. Valiantly.
I rolled a 10, so.
Terrific.
Yeah.
This is for your arcane bolt, or
Yeah, this is for Ray of Frost.
oh, for Ray of Frost.
Yeah.
Is that not a 15-foot? No, that's I'm thinking of Cone of Cold. Right, firing the beam off, it strikes against him and ricochets off. Apparently, not focused enough to do any harm against him. He doesn't even regard this as the chill point shows a bit of frost that quickly melts away. Did you do anything else?
Nope. That's it.
Camera pulls back to show Kudlak amidst you. As he looks this way and that, unsure of where to go, he reaches into his pouch and pulls out a red viscous bubbling potion, and then looks towards you, and then looks over this way, and is unsure of what to do, and he's going to hold his action. From there, the camera pans over to Seth, my man. What's going on? Focusing in upon you, it shows you in all your replete glory.
Can I get into a position where I can actually melee attack that thing, since I'm not a ranged attacker?
You absolutely can.
Alright, then I'll move into position.
Alright, terrific. So rushing in upon the opposition, you close the distance and pushing your way through your compatriots, find yourself centered in amongst them in front of the massive thing. In a moment of David versus Goliath, or dwarf versus this.
Yeah, I will stab it with my dagger.
Alright. There, that's how I do it. I have to manually manage this shit. Okay, that's it. We're probably changing to a different platform then. Discord's next, baby. At least that shows everybody. So what'd you roll, my man?
I hit a 14.
14 total?
Yes.
As you come in towards it with a blinding strike, you find yourself ricocheted away by a quick swat that nearly takes you out. You manage to roll with it, dodging to the one side, returning to your idle animation a moment later. Did you do anything else?
That's my action.
That's you? No bonus action? Alright. From there over to Vince. Tell me of your heroism.
Yeah. I want to get into a position where I can hit it with a melee attack as well.
Alright, terrific stuff. As Vince jockeys around one way or the other, he realizes, shit, there's no space.
No.
You can acrobatics past them if you want to try for something special.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage because you're a dwarf. I can't quite remember the rules on that, but go for it.
So I'll just roll twice.
No, I know the rules on advantage.
I was in fact just looking for those exact rules, and you won't find them. I couldn't find them.
The advantage rules, or trying to get past a giant as a dwarf?
They're using acrobatics to move through an occupied space.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you. If you do a search on D&D Beyond, I imagine you'd find them, or is that where you tried?
It's not listed in acrobatics.
No,
I'm
fair.
pretty sure it's no check to move through a friendly space.
No, it's no check to move through a friendly.
Space.
There's an ability to move through an oppositional space, and it's an acrobatics check.
If the creature is 2 sizes or more larger than you, and it provokes an attack of opportunity.
That's not with the check.
That's no check. That's correct. That's with no check involved.
That's right, yeah. And for the record, reactions limit most creatures to 1 attack of opportunity a turn. But that said, you want to go ahead and make me an acrobatics check or not? Yes, no?
Yeah, I can try. It was a 10.
Fantastic. You are probably not going to make it. We'll see what I roll. Oh, shit, I rolled terrible. And with that said, he takes a swat towards you as you leap past him, sliding between his legs as fast as your dwarven stumps will carry you. Your armor jangling around as you come to a halt on the other side of him. As you skid to a stop, you...
Swing my, what was it? Great axe at him.
Let's hear about it.
13 to hit.
13's gonna miss by 2 as you... you have advantage on the roll. You're flanking, eh?
Okay.
You're flanking it with 3 other people on the other side, so...
Yeah. Alright, that's a 20 non-nat to hit.
Terrific stuff. Swinging wildly as you come to a skidding halt, you carry your weight back towards the massive stone thing. As the statue's carapace canyons against the massive axe passing through it, bits of stone chipping away as you slash mightily, causing the cleft and the whole of it to roar. What was your total damage?
15.
Alright. Bringing him to 35. The thing ripples and roars as it reacts to the strike, and then whirls about with a massive swing of an arm for 12 plus. Just warning you, it's a lot. Sweet Jesus. So 22 against your AC. Is that it? It takes a massive swing backwards towards you, quicker than you would have expected, a stone form. As the fist collides against your face, Vince, you do your best to hold your shield between you and that fist, but it still manages to connect with your face through the shield. For 6, 12, hold on.
Alright.
Right, 18 points of damage.
Oof. Okay.
As it smashes against you, your shield, your armor, and such, leaving a huge dent throughout each piece. It pulls back a moment later and lets out another bellowing roar. With that, it is over to Admund.
Alright. So, I made a mistake last time because inflict wounds needs to be touch. So I'm going to use an actual range spell this time, and I'm going to use Guiding Bolt.
All right, sounds good.
So it is a ranged spell attack. I got 16. Does that hit?
16 hits by 1. Yeah.
Okay. It does 46 damage. 7.
Terrific stuff. As your guiding bolt strikes into Pond for 7 points more damage, bringing him to 42, he reels backwards and punches into the barbarian that's closed the distance with a nat 20. Wow. Yeah, no, this is a good roll too. 11, 12. Oh my god, that's a great roll. Holy shit.
Regardless of what the total is, I'm gonna use Stone's Endurance to reduce it by 1d12 plus 3.
Okay, you're definitely gonna want to do so. Math. 15, 11. 26 plus 6, 32 points of damage. Because you're raging and it's physical, that's halved to 16. And then you're also taking your d12 plus 3 off, you were saying?
Yeah, which I rolled a 7 plus 3.
So 10.
Yeah,
Okay, so from 32 damage down to 6, did I understand?
Yeah.
Alright, terrific stuff. It smashes in towards you. This massive stone arm seems to almost ripple and flex with stone muscles that come flexing out towards you in a straight line of disaster. That as it connects towards you, all of you are like, holy shit! As an earthquake explodes into your friend's face. Or does it? As you look towards him and the music swells and he's holding the fist back as it's just flexing against him as his biceps flexing to push it back. The camera pans against your gritted face. What's the expression on it?
I'm just smiling.
All right. Gritted teeth or like a relaxed kind of yawning face?
Somewhere in the middle.
All right, fair enough. Confident and visceral. I like it. Pushing back against your opposition as the music swells. I said as the music swells. Yeah, there you go. Epic music. Where are we then? So he swings in. You reduce it down to 6. That's amazing. Admin just went. It's back over to Igar. As music swells against your face, what do you do?
I'm just going to take another swing at it.
Terrific stuff. Make it hot.
That's a natural 20.
That's good stuff. Nat 20
Nice.
paid back with a nat 20. That's what we like to see.
And for damage, I rolled a 3 and a 1.
Wow! Plus your ability bonus, of course.
Plus 2, and then the axe comes up to 9.
Yes! That's a nat 20 if ever I heard one. As you cleave into a mightily, the swing cleaves a nice cleft of canyonous, shit, I got no more C words. Divot out of his body. The camera sweeps over to show your compatriot Kosher in the background once again. Hi there.
Alright, I cast Eldritch Blast.
Sounds good. That's Old Faithful if you ever have known one. With a 12, the Eldritch Blast explodes away, sailing just nearby, but over the shoulder of the stone golem, exploding against and taking out the Waymarker in the background. As the Waymarker explodes in fiery glory, you think to yourself, that would have hurt the stone golem. There's proof right there, right there. See, that's what I was trying to do to him. Anyway. Any bonus actions to speak of? And forth. And then finally, puts away the potion, and then walks in close towards the lot of you standing on the edge. As he stares from behind, he ruffles through his pouch slowly and then eventually pulls out a small shaft of metal. It's got a strange sigil at the far end of it, and he points it forward. And then a moment later, as it glows, it then releases. and several small glowing bolts fly away from the end of the metal shaft, striking into the golem a moment later. Moves up toward, having moved in close towards the opposition, face of the giant stone thing, does what?
I want to move around behind him to take up a flanking position so I can get the sneak attack.
All right, do you want to take me? Give me a. Oh, you don't need flanking. You need. Actually, you have flanking with Vince on the other side. That was a 24, you said?
Yep.
Also hits. And how much was the total damage then for the 2 strikes?